The OTH seems to be like one of the perfect centers which brings together government sensitivity and private entrepreneurship spirit, which seems to be quite exciting, especially for people like us who come from countries where PPP is still like an emerging concept. So OTH seems really interesting for the booming economies where government has been sensitive to the needs of the community.
Yeah, so from like today, what I was able to see is about how you can have like many different activities and different people coming together to the same place to do different things and like coexisting, which is something that you don't really see. So in India, it's always like if you need to do something, you go to like a separate place. But so like everybody coming together to one place and like community centers is something that aren't really popular in India. So that's why it's really interesting to see OTH.
Each visit is a second part in our series to explore inclusive spaces in Singapore. So the first visit we went to was actually Enabling Village, and in the supermarket we saw features like magnifying glass and also barrier-free movement, in the sense that the hallways aisles are bigger than usual. So we see that kind of design, universal design, also applicable and evident here in OTH, and we thought that OTH is actually EV, the enabling village, on a larger scale, because in a sense it's not restricted to the people with disabilities, but in fact it caters to all kinds of people in the community.
And I think why we are very fascinated with OTH is really because when we talk about the concept of an inclusive space, we're actually looking at how a community all come together. So when we talk about inclusive, it's all different kinds of people from all walks of life. So you have the elderly, you have family, you have children, all coming together to use this shared space. And we find that community space is really a very unique concept in Singapore because we have community centers, right? But this is like a larger concept of it, and it is really the epitome of what we would call an inclusive space. And our objective is really for our participants to see something like that in Singapore, to see how this very innovative design could be created, and hopefully they could be inspired to start something like that in their countries or feedback accordingly and have the same concept of community space. Thank you.